What's up? Thanks. Appreciate it. I have glasses on, so I can't really tell how clear that's getting for you or how focused it is. Yeah, these girls are looking good. A few more days, I think like 3 days, maybe four. They'll be I think it's 3 days. They'll be 4 weeks into flower. We got some girls over here too. I'm gonna mute my mic so you don't hear this zipper. Or my camera, that works too. Wrong one. That would be a fold 8. That hose that's coming down between the bars is actually a an AC hose that runs up over there. Yeah, bit of a MacGyver job, but it's in here. These are just some blue gelatos and some banana crumble. Just been kind of shaping them out. Gonna do some tie downs a bit later, but I want to record that. Thanks, real. Appreciate it. Ooh, trying to burn down my grow room now with a joint. Yeah, they're getting there. Some sugar development starting, so that's nice. But this girl over here is really like putting on some fatties compared to the rest for being so young. They got just some fat tops. Just visually, you can tell by looking at the other one, she's just a fatty. This one I'm a bit concerned about. As you see, she's a little lighter than everybody else. I upped some of her EC. I skipped her to the next step of veg, but she just seems to be really big and hungry. Again, I have my glasses on, but I'm sure you can see the different color shade from this one and that one. And this one back here is doing more of, I think there's some different phenotypes in here for sure, but this one back here is doing more of some real kind of stick-like stuff. But I worried about her from the beginning because I thought I just pulled too many heads out of her. I tried to bring too much to the top and just divide her a bit much, but her sugars aren't disappointing. Yeah, she's one I'm worried about back there, just quality-wise. Along with this one, just nutrient-wise. Like I said, I upped her EC by like 100. I think it was 120. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what it is about her, but I'm pretty root packed too. The shit's pretty packed to the top. Yeah, and that's not because she's dry. She's been watered yesterday, but you wet. She's just really like fucking hard packed. She should have been put in 7 gallons. All these should have been put in 7 gallons. Yeah, ignore my ugly ass leaves on the bottom. She's definitely hungry. But overall, I'll take that shape. It's pretty nice. It's usually like a 1-to-2 ratio I like. So like a 1 foot canopy or 1 foot leg to 2 foot canopy. Anything over that, I feel like I'm kind of wasting some energy growing stuff. Yeah, she's eating a little bit. I'm not gonna pull that. I'm gonna let her eat it. I don't know what you're doing over there, lady. But it seems to be all old bottom growth. I can get this leaf out of here. This one. That one already broke off. My bad. But yeah, if she's eating them, I let her eat them. It's better her eat them than they freaking rot in my trash can. So they want to eat them, eat them. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I might have to look that up later. Even though it's old damage, I don't like it. Yeah, these are some girthies. But yeah, she seems to be the hungriest. She got that tinge of yellowness about her, but doubt it's nitrogen, man. They're usually not that hungry for nitrogen at this stage, but she is a really big plant. Like, really big. See if I can push these other ones away. Show you how big this girl really is. Not that these are small over here. She's a big one too, but yeah. She makes like a perfect square. You usually don't get them that square. She came out to be a perfect square. Just like, because she's been squished in here with all these guys. That's gorgeous, though. I don't usually like to pat myself on my back, but she came out good. Ooh, she's sticky, too. I better watch how much I'm touching these bad girls, but I can't help it. Yeah, she came out of good shape. But this is probably one too many plants for this 5x5 at the stages I let them go. This is Fox Farm Ocean Forest. I don't feed the entire veg, which is usually around 6 to 7 weeks, but these went around 12 on accident. Shouldn't even say accident. My light took a while to get here. We had some shipping issues, and these veg way longer than they should have. If they were going to veg this long, I would have definitely put them in 7 gallons. But when I found out there was a delay, I held them back in their other smaller pots, trying to just hold them back, which I didn't think I'd ever be trying to make a plant stop growing. But I'd definitely say absorbing the stretch was tough. They're a little squeezed in here more than I would like. But yeah, Fox Farm Ocean Forest is primarily what I use. With Fox Farm Ocean Forest, you can go a pretty long time with no veg. And then when it comes to flower, I'll feed every other water. So every 2 to 3 days, you're watering or feeding. So you alternate the water and the feed. And I really just follow Cocoa for Cannabis feeding chart with the GH nutrients. I have just the primary, though. I have the Armourcelia, the CalMag, the 3 primary GH nutrients, which I believe they're called Micro, Flora, and Bloom. And then I have the Cool Bloom, Kool, I think they spell it. And I have obviously some CalMag. But yeah, just follow that chart. Their soil is pretty good, real. As long as you're aware that it's going to be a little hot. If I have certain strains that don't really like hot soil, I'll start them off in like a 50-50, so 50 Happy Frog and then 50 Ocean Forest, just to kind of bring that down when they're young, and then you can get rid of that dilution later by just when you transplant, add a little more Ocean Forest. But I know Blue Gelatos, they usually handle the hot soil even in solo cups. I want to take a look at this back one real quick. She's a little sugary. Oh yeah, you're sugary, mama. Yeah, maybe pushing this tint a little far though. That might be the reason she's eating so much too, more than usual. I'm really pushing the PPFs in here. Like, if you were to calculate a 5x5 for how much usable PPF you would need, it'd be somewhere around, I think, 1,670 micromoles. Let's see what I'm pushing. 2,464. So yeah, I'm pushing this 5x5 a little hard. Center a little too hard. I am seeing a few spots where maybe light's intensity is just a bit much, but I'm also seeing some where they're loving it. Like, these girls have a pretty good prey about them. But I think there's some zones in here that are just way too strong on the, hey, crazy buds. I think there's some zones in here that are just way too strong on the PPF D. Like, there's some spots in here. Let me see. Even like way down here. I thought this might have been Hermes. So I looked everywhere as I can't find the Hermes. See if I can keep the fan off you. It's a little young for it to be having orange hairs like that. It makes you think almost like a light intensity, but it's one of the lower nugs down here. But it also makes you think you could have a herm in here, because sometimes it can happen if you have pollen going around. But she's pretty far down there. I don't know what her issue is. Good genetics is a very important one, real. I think lighting and good genetics kind of take first place in that you need to get kind of thing. Like, you have to do it right. If you get a shitty airflow or a shitty intake, you can add some more fucking dollar store fans if you want and really sort that out. If you get the wrong soil, there's some nutrients you can buy or some things you can learn to fix that. With lighting and genetics, you really can't go backwards. Why buy a shitty light just to replace it? I've been there. Bought so many blurples So many blurples. But yeah, anybody have an idea what's up with that nug down there? It'd be cool to know. Let me block it from the fan again. Like I said, it seems way too young to be shooting these. Why doesn't StreamYard support good quality? Jeez, supporting shouldn't be putting out any of those orange hairs. It should all be white like these up here, like bleach white. These are like almost like orange, like you would find 5.5 weeks in a flower. I can find them on almost every plant. I can find one, but they're usually hidden way low, which is super weird. You would think if it was a light intensity issue, you'd have it more up on these top nugs up here. So yeah, anybody know what that is? You let me know. If anybody wants to pop up here too, I'll share my code. I know how to share my code. I know I do. Where is it? Here? There you go. I'm sure people are sick of hearing my voice by now. So anybody want to pop up, they definitely can. We'll check out some of this tightness in this nugs here. She's gonna be a sausage, guys. She's gonna be a sausage. She's got a few separators down here, but overall, she'll be a pretty good sized sausage. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Crazy Buds or Crack Baby. I'm not sure who posted it up there. Maybe I clicked it. I don't know if a moderator put it up there, but yeah, I don't know how to actually tag it so that stays up there and people can click it and join. I only know how to do what it just did, which was put it up on the screen. Other than that, I don't know. Yeah, it might have been me that clicked it. Might have been a moderator. Yeah, Dennis, that's what I thought immediately. I started searching around. I mean, I was in here like crazy last night for a good hour, just searching everywhere. Because if it ain't light, it's Herm. And I've been looking up and down these freaking stems in between the node junctions. I even pulled some apart of the lower artillery chutes, and I just can't find a Herm if it's in here. If it was at the top nugs, I'd say maybe that's a little bit of light burn because I'm really pushing the PPF, but it's more down in the lowers. But I don't really know. I've been looking, Dennis. Believe me, I'll let you guys know if I find one. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'd actually like to take one of these plants out. It's a bit squeezed in here, and when these walls suck in, I'm screwed. Like everything's just really packed in here. So let me find a Herm. She will come out of there real quick. But yeah, I've been digging, Dennis. I've been looking and searching and poking and prodding, playing with them more than my testes, and I still ain't found them. If there's a Herm, he's a damn good cross dresser because I can't find him. Yeah, usually you're right, Dennis. They hang out more towards the bottom junctions, like right after your lollipop. Somewhere's like in this area, or somewhere's back in this shit. Yeah, no, I've been looking. I've dealt with Hermes before, so I definitely know what Hermes is. But yeah, it's definitely weird that you have like that one nug over there that just has the Hermes or whatever we may call it. I don't know what it is. That weird bleaching. Like I said, I would think it was lighting or it maturing, but obviously it ain't old enough to be shooting out hairs like that. In the lighting, it'd be doing it more on these top nugs. So I guess it's a misery. Outside pollination? No, I don't have any other uh, plants in flower right now. It looks for nanners too. I was all over that shit, looking, chooking and poking and prodding. Now these are all in veg. Ooh, I think I have a guess. I don't know how to do it. One sec. Here we go. Add a broadcast. Oh, it worked.
There we
What's
go.
up?
How's it going?
It's going good. Your volume's a little low, but I can still hear you. What you got going on in there? I'm wearing some nice nugs.
Yeah. I got a couple earth boxes. I think I streamed with you on Instagram. Like, I don't know. It's been month.
You
Maybe.
stream on Instagram?
Yeah, but yeah, I got some peach tart going here over on this side, and this is a CBD strain
Okay.
left here. But
I turned up your microphone.
yeah.
You growing CBD only? There's no THC in that one on the left?
No, these two over here are THC,
Okay.
and then this one's CBD.
You like CBD flower?
I do.
Nice.
I like to make rosin out of it, and
Never tried that.
but it's it's good.
Huh.
I enjoy it. I do
Yeah.
a lot of I usually do like 1-to-1 ratio strains, or like a 2-to-1 ratio for my rosin. But this is the first time I'm doing. This is a 20-to-1 ratio, so it has almost no THC in it, and
It's
I'm gonna see
interesting to
how
hear.
it is. But it, they look pretty good so
No,
far.
I'm glad you say that, though. A lot of growers kind of see CBD plants as a toss away kind of a byproduct.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I see some benefit from it. I like it a lot. I think um,
Seeing my
it's
channel called Hemp with Gigi, I might have to try a CBD plant at some point, huh?
yeah. You should.
That would only make sense.
Yeah, really. Um, yeah, I enjoy it. I think it's really just relaxing. It gives you like this relaxing kind of feeling without the, you know, stoned, without getting so
Okay.
stoned.
So you get that couch
But
lock without the couch lock?
right.
Okay, that'd be nice to experience. I ain't gonna lie about that. That actually sounds pleasurable.
And I mean, the terps are just as good on these plants. You know, like this
Yeah,
plant
no,
smells pretty freaking amazing. It's really citrusy. Um, but
what kind of light are you running in there?
the Mars Hydro FCE 4800.
Okay, that's not the one you can move the bars, right? That's the
No,
one before that one.
no, you can move the bars. The
Okay.
FCE, the E series, the FC-E series, you can move the bars.
Yep.
So, which I've found is really convenient. When the plants are vegging and they're quite a bit smaller, I can
Yeah.
adjust the bars and lower the light and
Mm-hmm.
have some
Oh
higher
yeah.
efficiency.
It's nice to see manufacturers put things like that because you really don't want to run 8 bars when you're just trying to grow some veg.
Right. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for these. This one smells like blackberries.
Ooh, that sounds yummy. Smells
Really
like
sweet
blackberries.
blackberry. Yeah, this one's a little bit more like citrusy and grassy, but it's starting to turn purple. You see, my temps in here are pretty low. But like, it's only 76 degrees in here right now.
You can't say the same. Let's see what I got going on. I got 74 in the 4x4, 70. So I'm sorry, 74 in the 5x5, 79 in the 4x4. And you don't want to see those. Those are some ugly ass autos I don't want to talk about.
Yeah. Oh man, I've got an ugly ass auto behind me too. So
They don't like me, man. They don't like me.
dude,
Let's share my
yeah,
failure. Why not?
yeah.
Yeah, look how small these bitches are.
Oh well, mine's huge. Mine just looks like shit because I used some different soil that I usually don't use. Anyways, like you can see, here's a mother plant. Mother plant looks great. And there's this
Oh, she looks good.
this abomination in here. I'm about to just cut it down and toss it out because I'm just tired of looking at it.
No, she looks good though. Somebody needs to invent zippers that don't get stuck. They'd be fucking millionaires.
But yeah, mother plant's doing good.
Never done mother plants. I've grown clones. That was not my most fun experience.
Yeah, well, I've just gotten to the point where I've had some genetics that I'm like, oh man, I wish I had that. I wish I kept that so bad. You know?
Yep.
Where so now I take cuttings off every plant now because I don't want to lose something good. Because I've had some stuff in the past, and man, I wish I still had it.
I'm still gonna save my cloning for my real pheno hunt. I haven't really done a deep dive pheno hunt. Autos stuck them outside. That's funny you say that, Dennis. I was gonna throw mine outside. That's my ideal. They have till tomorrow. Tomorrow was their last day, and then I was gonna make the decision.
Yeah.
They're gonna go outside. I'm wasting energy over there.
Yeah.
What's clipped on the back there? Is that a fan? It's a weird mounting device in the back right.
Back right?
Yeah, what's that black thing?
I used
looks like a camera mount.
Yeah, I used to have a camera in here. I used to have yeah. And I was gonna do like time lapses and stuff, but anyways, I had problems with it. It kept falling down, and eventually I'll get a camera in here to do some time lapse. But
yeah, I've been trying to record with 4K lately. StreamYard doesn't support 4K though. This is about the best quality StreamYard can give you.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we got going down here.
What kind of training did you do down there? What is that? Living soil? Yep.
Living soil. Yeah. I was gonna see there's some stuff.
Got some worms
around in here. Oh man, my moisture is a little bit too high. I'm probably gonna pull this off and let it dry out a little bit because.
See, I've never messed with living soil. I wouldn't know what the right moisture ratio you're supposed to have with that.
Yeah, I got too much moisture in here. Damn, I didn't notice this.
See, good thing you came on here.
Yeah, shit.
Now, you don't mind. You want to explain what the hell those pipes are for people like me that don't know living soil? What you doing there? Like some DWC down below or something?
Yeah, so it's a SIP system, a sub-irrigated planter, and probably about right here down is just a water reservoir.
Okay.
And all that's soil there, and so you just water it down through this tube. And
how do you monitor the level? Just pretty much like a gas tank. When you fill it up, it comes out the top.
You just down here in the bottom there's a drain, so you can't. You can't overfill it.
That's smart.
Yeah. So you just fill it up until it comes out the bottom.
Yeah, and then if you ever need to do like a quick res change, it's easy as fuck. Yeah. I like that. That's sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's been
homegrown, homemade. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I, load compost and amendments in the top here, and it's
like some worm shit.
Yeah, worm compost, worm castings,
oh
yeah, and stuff like that.
I like how clean your floor is.
Yeah, I try to keep it clean.
Mine's not very clean.
I do have some where water is not that clean over here.
Kind of eats up the enamel covering or whatever the hell's on there.
But yeah, this is just a plastic mulch cover.
Why not? If it works.
I just realized I have a bunch of freaking fungus gnats over here, and that just popped up that had to have popped up just in the past day.
You want some fungus to grow now?
Fungus gnats.
Oh, fungus gnats. Oh no, yeah, we don't want those little bastards.
So
you got a lot of room to work, man. I got like this little tiny path right here.
Yeah, I know. I've seen yours before. Yeah, you've got a lot crammed in that room, and I just have this one tent. So
It's where I've been kicked to, man. I gotta stay in this room.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm
So
gonna
I
have
sit
to.
right here and just watch my plants. And then I spilled some nutrients right there.
Yeah.
It was Rapid Rooter too. You know how expensive that shit is. Couldn't
Yeah.
spill another bottle, huh? It had to be that one.
Oh man. Yeah. This one's starting to look pretty light down here, and I wonder if it's just from this too much moisture.
Mm.
It's
It's
pretty
hard to
moist.
read old leaves like that. I don't know
Yeah.
how yours works with the
And the
DWC
soil-
combo, but it's usually old damage.
Yeah. I mean, the whole plant's pretty light compared to these
Yeah.
here.
How old are they?
Um, let's see. I think these are week. Let's see. Huh. Week 5 of flower.
Okay.
5 of flower. Yeah, week 5. Um, 11 weeks from germination. And I had to look at my calendar to see what I.
Yeah, that middle one almost looks like a fade, but could just be a
Yeah.
nutrient issue.
Yeah. I know with these um, sub-irrigated planters, that fresh water always in the bottom, they tend to be a little bit lighter, but I don't know, it's quite a bit lighter than the other ones. And I did feed it 2 days ago. I watered in some um, fish powder,
Yeah, I hear fish shit's good. Looks like
and
Robert in the chat wants to do some living soil too.
mm, but and I'm gonna have to.
I'm not ready for that yet.
Mm,
Not yet. No, that's a cool little setup though, especially for something you just tote and soil and tubes and water.
yeah, it's pretty convenient. You don't have to water very often. Pretty much takes care of itself.
Yeah, one day. It's all about getting that soil composition right from the beginning, right? When you buffer your soil.
Yeah,
Because you're
yeah.
not buying living soil, you're kind of making your own buffered living soil, right?
Actually, I buy my own. I buy it. I used to make it.
That
Um,
living soil pre-made is so expensive though.
yeah, these are it's like $23
Hey,
bag.
that actually ain't bad.
For 1 cubic foot bags. This stuff's $20. It's all right. It's not too bad. Um,
I could not have carpet in my grow room. That should be dirty in a day.
yeah, this carpet's pretty bad.
I
But
actually have horse mats down in here. This is what goes in stables for horses.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Whenever I have to like transplant and stuff, I'll like pull everything out of the tent and do it all in the tent,
Yeah, that's
so I
smart.
don't make a mess on the floor.
Vacuum it up.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, I'm gonna leave you to it then. Um, I'm gonna take care of these fungus gnats.
All right.
Get some BT in here or something. All right.
Have a good one, brother. I appreciate you coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a good one.
That's interesting, that living soil stuff. I ain't quite ready for any of that. Once you kind of get into a system and you finally figure it out, it's kind of scary to go away from it. Like at some point, I got to try some different training. I've kind of been stuck on this training for a while. The whole topping down to 3 and removing 1 and saving these and retopping, but don't break yours like I did. That's special. There's a better one. Really want to try a main line at some point, but that's where you just save these two. So you top down to 3 and remove 2 and 1, and then have to top these mains 2 more times to get your 8 that are going up. No thank you on that yet, but I do got to try some different training at some point. Just love looking at her. She's nice. She's gonna close up real good, especially only being a little over 3 weeks. She's doing good. She's really trying to put on the weight. Oops, why'd my phone turn? That's weird. Yeah. She's a bit light though. She's hungry. But she's nice and square. It's really weird how square she is. All that shit's cleaned out. Got some leaves in here that probably need to come out, but got water tomorrow anyway. She'll get her turn. Yeah, these hurricane fans are awesome, by the way. I barely fit it in here, but 100% glad I did. You know, old school, what we used to do. Well, I still do it over here. Hang some desk fans upside down. Yeah, come on. We all been there. Trying to mainline right now, it seems to really slow down. Oh yeah, it's going to slow down your growth. I think mainline is more geared towards something that's going to have a fast vegetation growth, like a cocoa or a DWC or a hydroponic. That's where you can really still do maybe a 4.5 week veg and squeeze in a mainline. But in soil, I think, yeah, doing a mainline is definitely going to slow you down a little bit. But I still want to try one. Maybe I'll try it in the 2x2. Just do like 2 plants and mainline them in there. Yeah, mainline I definitely think is more meant for fast vegetation. The cocoa doesn't necessarily get you bigger buds, but you can definitely veg faster in cocoa and DWC. I think the real big advantage to DWC and cocoa and hydro is you can fix an issue immediately, you know? Whereas something like this, we got to feed it, wait a week, because the damage we're seeing is actually from last week. So soil's a bit tough when it comes to mainlining and recovering fast from stuff. I don't know if anybody's seen my last video I did on this tent, the Fold 8, but I snapped a main branch coming off right on video too. I left it in there, said fuck it, leave it in there. But yeah, I snapped this main here. If that would have broke, I would have had nothing there, which happens. But I put some tape on it and it ended up falling over, so then I retopped it again so it didn't have a lot of weight, and now these two have now sprouted out. So I would say it's successfully taken back to the break. And if you guys seen the video, I broke that pretty much completely off. But yeah, I got to get in here at some point. I'll probably record it and do some LST where we're just tying some shit down to the sides here, trying to really allow these bottom ones to now fill in that center and let these more come out here, where before when it was like this, these would have just been hidden up and it would have kept growing upwards. So we really want to open those girls up. They're a bit dark. Probably not digging that Fox Farm. Their soil looks good. Definitely probably a water here in a few days, but yeah, those are bananas and blue gelatos as well. That's the Fold 8. I mean, that's the best par map I've ever seen for 589 for a Medic Grow Fold 8. And 4x4, it's the best par map I've seen. Even Dr. MJ Coco said it was one of the best par maps he's seen in a 4x4. And with code HWGG, you get it for 589. Super cropping, yeah, I love that. Here's some super cropping. Some dirty super cropping. But that tent over there is, I do, I don't know if you've watched my YouTubes at all, but I do a lot of tutorials for beginners. So I think super croppings, I do have a video on that, but super cropping over there probably not going to happen. I've been doing basic toppings, LST, a little bit of twisting, hand training, mostly just topping and training and cover the basics. The dog's going crazy for some reason. No. She's just mad at my neighbor about something. She's probably trying to mow the grass. Yeah, MJ talked you into buying a Fold 8? Yeah, you know, MJ's the one that helped me get with Medic Grow. He helped me get the lights and get the code, the HWGG code for for you guys. He helped me get my foot in the door. So Dr. MJ Coco is a good dude for sure. But yeah, I had my options of kind of who I wanted to work with, and when I seen the par map on that Fold 8, I was sold. So now I'm trying out their Medic Grow X Spectrum light that has that built-in par reader and everything. Or I'm sorry, built-in PPF, which is just your total. It's not the actual map you see Doc do. This is just PPF, period. But you also have the detachable plugs. They plug in into the back over there. But what I have to say about this light is most people, how many different strains you got in there? This is just blue gelato, all blue gelato. Then over there, there's just 2 different strains. I've ran multiples. But with this light, most people would say run your IR and far red. Only like some people say an hour lights on, hour lights off, because IR will or far red will make your plant think it's in the shade, and it'll cause a lot of internodal spacing. But if you have the right balance of other spectrums, I think that you can get away with counterbalancing that, because I'm getting pretty much no spacings on these girls, and they've been running the full 12 hours with far red on. But there's also other spectrums that are responsible for suppressing internodal growth. So I have to say they found a balance in this light. Can I scientifically explain it? No, probably not. But I can say I've ran IR and UV for 12 hours of lighting, and so far no real ill effect, no major stretching. But I'm still researching, because they say using UV for large amounts of time can cause a lot of resin production, but it can suffer on the structure. So I've been trying to watch how dense or airy any of this is getting, and so far it's pretty dense, even at this young stage. Ugh, there's too many plants in this freaking room. When you start squaring your plants out, there's an issue. Years of testing finally paying off. Yeah, they're testing the lights, trying to get them figured out. They're showing now that green spectrum is actually one of the most penetrating lights when it comes to penetrating the leaf. That they actually do like green spectrum. A lot of people used to check their stuff in green spectrum and say they don't absorb it, but that was based off like an old 2000, I think it was 2008 or 2009 study, where he actually took the plant matter and broke it all up and then tested the absorption, which he didn't have the technology we do now to leave the leaf there and detect from underneath the absorption or how deep a certain spectrum goes through. So yeah, a lot of people would say check your plants in green light at night and all that other stuff, but it's been shown they actually like some green spectrum. Cheers, grower Bacon. Hey, Bacon. We're just looking at my weird plants, my hungry ones right here. She hungry hippo. She's lighter than everybody else, but she's also a huge plant. She should have been allowed to open up a little bit more, but I don't know where I'm going to open her. No room in here. Nothing to open. Anybody want to join up here, by the way, I'll go ahead and post a StreamYard link. You don't need to make an account or anything. Just pick a name, and then you can turn off your cam or on your cam or your mic or whatever you choose. But yeah, these plants are a bit suffering with how close they have to be to each other right now. But I'm rocking about 22 inches from some of these top nugs to the LEDs, probably 23 to 23 and a half on these lower ones. But they're really stacking up. No, it actually focused enough to see some sugar for a second, then it went away. Yeah, StreamYard does not like supporting high quality. Don't ask me why. What's my comment thing keep going? How many watts? Well, it depends if you're running everything, meaning your red, your UV, and your IR. You're running about 880 watts at max. Now, if you're going to go with most growers that say turn off your UV, only run it an hour a day, lights on, and an hour before lights off, you're at 2184. But I'm going to rock this light at full power, push it till it can't be pushed, and watch for ill effects. So far, Medic Grow has not let me down, and it looks like they won't let me down here. Now, when it comes to this one, in a 4x4 space when it's dimmed to 80%, because you can't run this on full power or you would need CO2 in here. It runs 526 watts, I believe, at 80%. But if you put it at 100%, you could throw it in a 5x5, just over 1600 ppf. But yeah, this runs like 500 or so. That's an AC hose, by the way, running through that pipe. The AC runs pretty far in my house. It goes up and over and around, and yeah, interesting for sure. You gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, this is the first flower under this light. Medic Grow sent me this light about 4 weeks ago, and I went ahead and started flowering these lights, or these plants. They vegged under the, thanks, Chris, it's getting hot in that other tent. They vegged under the Fold 8, and then they flowered in here. Not beeping, I hear you. We're in agreement. All right, we're in agreement. I promise. All right, it won't stop beeping. Okay. Right now. There we go. But yeah, they sent me this light to test. Like I said, I had a lot of options. I could have gone with Mars or Photon Tech or a lot of other lighting companies, but I chose Medic Grow just because of the pure fact of that par map they had in that 4x4. And this will be the first time I've flowered in a 4x4 with a Fold 8. So we're going to put that par map to the test. I'm really excited to see what comes out of there, especially when you got 800 micromole density on the side. That is just phenomenal. One of the best par maps I've ever seen in a 4x4. It's really good. So I'm excited for that one. I started a series on that too, if you guys want to check that out. I did a lot of work on my playlist and everything. What are you barking at? The dog going crazy in there, a little ankle biter. Yeah, I organized my playlist so it's I think, pretty OCD organized. There's GG Shorts and GG Watch List, which is some of the videos I watch where I grab some of my data. And then there's all the series, the Runts and the Professor Berries and Blue Gelatos, Red Poisons. It's all down there. These are not clones from a mother. These were started from seeds. They're Blue Gelato 41 from Barney Farms. That's why you kind of see some different phenotypes in here. You can definitely see some different structures where like your back left is growing more kind of a long skinny nug, while these are immediately wanting to kind of just fatten up. There's just some differences for sure. We're going to have a few phenotypes in here. Some more sugary than others. This one's just weird though. She's hungry. Hungry for something. Decided to put one under my Fold 8 and a 4x4 just to see what happens running at 80% at 16 inches. I think that, yeah, about 16 inches. You're doing it right. If you got a Fold 8 and a 4x4 at 16 inches in flower, you're fine. I think Doc actually par tested that at around 12 inches. I flower usually around running somewhere around 14. So you're only a few ahead of me. But you can obviously tell, you're gonna have to fight that stretch. I don't know how early in flower you are, but yeah, you're fine with a Fold 8 at 80%, a 4x4 at 16-inch flower hang. That should give you a beautiful par map. Probably want to drop it, I'd say at least 14. But yeah, 16 ain't the end of the world either. Hey, Dave, 157. What's up? Let's crack a lacking. I think I should drop it a couple. Yeah, like I said, Doc recommends a 12-inch hang height at 80% with a Medic Fold 8 and a 4x4. I ran he recommended 12. I run a 14. You're at 16, so I definitely think you could come down to 14. That's just scientific par maps too. Cheers, Triple Barney Farm, Triple B Farm. What is up? We're just checking out the ladies underneath the Spectrum X, talking some lighting. But yeah, I usually run 12 inches or 14 inches at flower. Doc recommends 12 and a 4x4 with a Fold 8. This thing barely fits in here. She is tight. She could probably swing a little bit this way. She's probably a little crooked, but she's a hard one to fit in here. for sure. It won't be long. UK will catch up and let you grow. Here, UK can be a little strict. Again, I'll go ahead and post my StreamYard in there. I don't think that link on the screen works. There we go. I'll just take that off because I don't think it actually pins it. Yours touches the poles? Yeah, mine does too in certain spots. It's kind of hard to get it absolutely center. So it's kind of like you got to kind of be behind it or above it or in it. It's tight. But it's going to be one of the best 4x4 par maps I've ever ran. So we'll see how she does. But I'm really excited about this too. Like I said, I'm really pushing this tent. The PPF for a 5x5 is like 1660 or something. I'm pushing a 2464 at around a 22-inch hang height. Oh, somebody wants to join. Let's see what's going on. Cheers, crazy bud.
What's up, dude?
What's poppin'?
Nah, the same old. Enjoying your plants like usual.
1 sec, I gotta turn up your mic. There we go.
Oh, I have mine turned down. I never know how loud this is.
What you growing over there?
Nothing. I just end up throwing my fucking plants out, starting over from scratch.
Starting over.
Yeah,
What do you think? What do you think went wrong?
Everything. I went on the Grow Boss, and he was just like, basically told me what I didn't want to hear, and then
Yep.
it's like, if you're not growing right, man, you got to do something about it. And
Yes, sir.
I did. I
don't think Robots put it that nicely though, did he?
To be honest with you, you know how like when you're just talking with someone, you're not watching the actual situation, and then when you actually get to watch the actual situation, it's like he didn't get a chance to say much. I wouldn't shut the fuck up. So
yeah, Grow Boss has looked at my grows a few times.
That's how I found you.
All good things, surprisingly.
I wouldn't have found your channel without the Grow Boss.
Really? You found one of the videos where he was talking about my stuff?
Yeah, that video that you have on your page that is from his show.
The one where he says I'm showing off?
Yep, and I was actually watching that show, and then I went and looked for you on YouTube and found it.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, he talked about me about probably 3 months before that, too. He told me I had too many plants in here. That was his only issue. So now I've shrunk it down to 6 from 8.
Oh, really? You used to have 8 in there. Yeah, 6 is perfect.
Yep. He was like, this grow's almost freaking perfect. Like almost the best grower on the internet. But what's wrong with it? And he was asking all his people. And it was the fact I had too many plants. So I took it down to 6.
No, it's like he said, that's when you know you.
Yeah, that's on my channel too. I think I copied that too and put it on my channel. Because he only usually say nice shit.
I saw it. It's on there. It's definitely on there. I went back looking through your stuff, and it's on there.
Yeah, I'm really hoping I don't have a Hermia in here, man. This is a weird little spot on this plant.
I don't know, dude. I'm still learning, but I can tell you that from killing my plants and watching most of them herm from killing them, that's kind of what they did. But I don't know if that's right or not. I have no idea.
Like I said, I was thinking it was light intensity, but I'm not seeing a lot of it at the top nugs. But I've searched the shit out of here for Hermes.
Yeah.
Dirk said he saw that video.
So it's the only thing I don't like about the StreamYard thing. Like, you have no idea what's going on with chat. Like, you can't talk with nobody.
You can click it. You can click the chat button right down below. Right when you're in StreamYard, there should be a chat button, and then you go to comments or private chat.
Oh, check that out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm surprised with his IR running 12 hours that there isn't a lot of interval spacing. Because cannabis is one of those shade avoidance plants. When they're in far red, they think that they're under a tree or a porch or something.
That's why you were talking about green earlier, the color in green and stuff. Like, I always wondered that because it's like, if you think about everything with a plant, it is the same exact thing with a human being. We're like so symbiotic, it's unreal. And it's like, well, what's the thing that hurts a human the most? Another human, right? So,
Yeah.
so what's something that could actually affect the plant? Like green is the only color, they don't reflect because or they reflect because of green, but you know what I mean? It's like it's got to do something.
Yeah, no, they did a side by side, and far red and green are one of the most penetrating lights.
It just makes sense,
I have
dude.
it in
Like,
my GG watch list. They're long, like seminars that college dudes did, like college professors, but they're pretty interesting to watch. But there's been no real proof that there is an actual way to fight the stretch of far red or not. So I'm kind of speaking out my ass when I say I believe it's because of the rest of the spectrums, but that's just based off some research. But at the end of the day, I've been running this far red, and I'm not seeing a internodal spacing.
looks beautiful.
Yeah, but it did show if you put far red on like a shade avoidance plant, like a tomato plant, it will do the internodal spacing, but it'll also flower before the other plant. So it does bring on flower a lot quicker. So if you
Dude,
can
that's
find a
what
way
I
to
was.
fight that stretch, you'd be all right.
Yeah. Actually,
The stretch can be
I was actually all upset with growing because I used to grow. I have a real nice garden outside, like my garden outside, like vegetables and stuff like that. It's like unreal. Like not like any of the plants that I grow. Like they're actually a real good looking plants that produce wonderful fruit that we get all the
Yep.
time. And then I come inside to a tent and all I do is kill them. It's like, oh, it's such a kick in the fucking pants.
Yeah, I think
Man.
somebody said earlier genetics. Genetics and lighting, man, those are the two top things, and they pretty much side by
No.
side on important.
There's a lot that factors into it now that I'm actually realizing because I'm on the East Coast, and since I'm on the East Coast, everything's colder than the West Coast. Everything's more humid than the West Coast. That's why you hear people talking on the West Coast like, "Oh, they have a humidifier," and then you have the grow boss say, "You don't need a humidifier. I see one of those. You're a bad grower, or whatever." But it's like, depending on where the hell you're at, man, you might need some humidity. It might be so damn dry that you're running like 20% humidity or lower. That's no good. And I just know that for a
True,
fact.
definitely an environmental issue. What's up, Puff? You wanted some blurples?
What's
Let
up,
me
GG? Yeah,
let
this
me
is
mute
my
out.
old school kind light that I was telling you
Okay.
about. Here, let me
Yeah,
turn it
no,
on.
she's pretty, but she's weird. She's pretty, but she's definitely blurple, huh?
Yeah, it works though for my veg, so
Yeah, for
it's not
veg,
too
yeah, they're great. What do you got growing in there?
bad. Let's see. I have a couple of DJ Shorty blueberries. I've got a Tahoe OG. Let's see. A Blue Dream. A PR Kush, that's a buddy of mine's own strain.
Okay.
And also have a bunch of clones over here that I'm popping.
It's a nice
Gorilla
one.
Glue #4 and some Slurricane.
Is that tint that has the cloner built in on the side, or is that something you made?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 5x4 with the little 1 foot,
Yep.
cloner side. So, yeah, it works
How is
pretty good.
that?
And I just have a little LED bar light above it. So it's pretty good.
When you're able to keep different zones, even with them that close to each other?
Well, I've got just a heating mat under my domes to keep the moisture up in there, and I just spray them every day. Keep the humidity up underneath there. But the
Yep.
tin itself, I keep it at about 70%.
Now, just like Crazy Bud was saying, you got to run that dehumidifier in there because of environmental issues, right?
Well, I have a dehumidifier in my lung room that I keep it at about 35%.
Mm-hmm.
I got my flower tin over here, but my light's off, and so I'm not going to open it up.
Yeah, don't open that. Oh my God, yeah. Speaking of issues, CNSA, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This X Spectrum here, if you have like a power outage or you trip a fuse or something, this timer immediately wants to start back at the 12-hour cycle. So if you're in darkness and you have like a power surge in the middle of the night, you're gonna wake up to your light being on all fucking night. Thank God I was up when it happened, but that could be a scenario that could happen to somebody. I don't know why they didn't put like a cheap CMOS computer battery in there or something.
Can you just run it through a timer and use it that way?
Run it through
A mechanical timer?
Yeah, no, I could totally do that. But usually when they send me a light with a timer function, I want to use it. So that's why I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up to Shirley at Medic Grow, and hopefully they can integrate, like I said, a cheap 30 cents freaking CMOS battery that would just keep a basic bit of 1 and 0, which tells you the time. But yeah, definitely after this test, I'm plugging it into a regular timer. I can't take that risk, but they want me to test it.
Yeah, that's what I like about my kind is it retains memory. So you lose power, you have a power blip or anything, it just picks up right where it left off.
Yeah, no, that's what all my plug-in timers on the wall do. But I don't know why they couldn't just integrate it into the light.
How much is that one?
I think with code HWGG, it comes somewhere around 9 even. But I think now one of the better deals right now is like the Fold 8 and the 4x4. You pay like $5.89, and you can always bring it to a 5x5 later. But you're paying like 32 cents per micromole. But Doc just did a test on their Easy 8 light, and that par map looks absolutely beautiful on a 5x5. And that's $600 and something, and it has a beautiful par map.
Yeah, I've got that Fold 8.
You got the Fold 8? Yeah, what do you have in the 4x4?
Yeah, that's one flowering under. Yeah.
Have you done a flower in a 4x4?
Yeah, my last slurricane crop I did under in the 4x4 under the Fold 8.
How was that? What, if you don't mind me asking, what did you end up yielding out of that?
Off the 2 plants, I ended up with 6.14 ounces.
Okay. So you wasn't utilizing the whole space. You were just growing 2 plants. I got you.
No.
I got you.
Well, I had 2 other plants in there, but they didn't turn out. I ended up pulling them and chunking them early because they ended up getting mold on them, and I didn't want to risk it, so I just pulled them.
Yeah, that's a tough call to make sometimes. But yeah, yield's definitely not about the plant count. It's about the micromoles. That's why you want to cover your whole tent. Any light that's hitting the floor, like all this light down here, it's just lost light. You really want it to hit the canopy, hit the walls, bounce back onto the canopy. It's really just about using up all that light, covering your space. Like that Fold 8 at 0.65 gram per utomole. That's usually what they would say a good grower would get. That's somewhere over close to 2 pounds.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can't even harvest 2 pounds. So
well, I think
I'm only allowed 8 ounces at a time.
You're only allowed to hold 8 ounces at a time. Was it you I was talking to about that the other day? 8 ounces at my home.
3 ounces on my person.
That's crazy. You're gonna have 5 pounds here.
Oklahoma law.
That's your house. You're gonna have fucking 5 pounds, and you're gonna have 3 ounces out on the street. Like, who the hell smoking 3 ounces on the street? You might have a problem.
Right.
A real problem. Yeah, that Fold 8 on the side.
Smoked 5 pounds.
Yeah, but I can understand if they're allowing you to grow, they got to expect that there's going to be some growers out there that can pull that kind of weight off of the 12 plant limit. So they can't. It's like saying you can only have 3 ounces, but you can grow 100 plants. Like, how's that work out? That would just be.
Well, the stupid thing is, I'm allowed 12 plants.
How many?
12. 6 veg, 6 bloom.
Same thing. 6 veg, 6 bloom, and then I have 2 over here. But if they come, I'll just kill them really quick. Just snap.
Yeah.
Hang them up like no. Those been dead.
Yeah, actually, half of the plants that I'm growing now aren't even really mine. They're just. I had a friend who fell in hard times, and he had a few plants that he wanted to keep around, and they had actually already started to bloom. So yeah, if you look at some of these plants,
they got some re-veg.
they've already started blooming.
Are you putting them back into veg?
Yeah, I'm re-vegging him so I can get him some clones to be able to keep the genetics.
He might have some legs there, but
I'm
they're
just
all around
babysitting.
pretty even. You could throw those legs under a net and get a pretty good coverage. Just weaving them under a net. You could get that dark canopy underneath just by weaving them all and vegging them for a few weeks and then fucking flipping them. You're going to have to put in another net because it's going to outgrow it and stretch, but it's a good way to control those lengthy legged motherfuckers.
Yeah, he really didn't take care of his plants real well. I mean, they're looking pretty battered, but I told him that I could nurse them back to health and get them really healthy, and once they start vegging again, then I'll pull clones off of it and then give them back to him and let him go ahead and flower them out.
That's fucking sweet of you, man.
Well, like I said,
What are you
man, I
growing
gave my
there?
extra bud away, and
Puffy, what are you growing? What do you got? What do you got growing?
What'd you say, Crazy Bud? I can't hear you.
I've got DJ Shorty Blueberry, Tahoe G, let's see what Blue Dream, PR Kush. I got a few different strains.
Oh yeah, I've tried different strains. I think I had 8 in here at one point in a 5x5. The only thing that's annoying is nutrients. They're never gonna want the same shit, but you can have that with the same strain.
What about plant height?
Plant height? I'm a training Nazi. You can give me any plant, I'll make it the same height. It's about my most favorite thing to do is training, man. It's like meditation to me.
Oh, you should see this single Slurricane that I got flowering right now. I've trained the crap out of it. It's almost as wide as the 4x4.
Holy shit. One plant, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be tough to catch the corners with one plant. That's the only issue. I'm rolling a joint. My camera will be back on in a minute. But yeah, that's definitely interesting to do multiple strains. Just can be a pain in the ass. But I never repeat strains, like ever do I. Never have I grown the same thing twice until I ran into Blue Gelato 41. She was planted 3 weeks later than everybody. She ended up yielding, I think, almost like 7 ounces by herself. She was the best tasting, best smelling, best high. Like she hit every single point, and she was planted 3 weeks later than everybody.
Did you have a grow or a video on that one?
Yep, that was the mixed strains back when I had when I worked with Doc and used his code.
Okay, I think I may have seen that one.
Yeah, Blue Gelato was definitely the high ender, and she was my favorite.
Have you grown Gelato 33?
Yep, I grew Blue Gelato 33. There was also a Skunk Hero and Acapulco Gold. You probably watched that one.
Okay, yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, I like that yield or the final yield video. I gave a lot of information, like all the way from chop to dry to how to fix it if you have high humidity, burping schedule. That was a good one. I refer to people to that one a lot. But Doc's code is in there, but I don't mind supporting him as well. You know, he got me in with Medic Grow, he got me my own code and everything, so I leave his videos up there.
Well, it was his review of the Fold 8 that made me decide to go ahead and try it.
Yeah, he gave me a shout out in that video. In his Fold 8 yield video, he actually gave me a shout out saying he was having me test that one, and that's how I got involved with Medic Grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Doc's a good person. He just did a giveaway on his channel. Were you there for it?
No, I wasn't. I don't have Instagram, so I can't enter things like that.
No, it was YouTube. Lately, his last 3 light reviews, he just did one on Medic Grow. And if you're there while it's still live, you have the opportunity to guess a 3-digit code. And at the end of the video, he tells what that code was, and whoever's closest wins the light. So one of our members actually won the Easy 8 light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so all they do is have you say a number, and if you win, they say, "Hey, email us," and then they send you the light.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty dope how he's doing it now. Like I said, I don't
Yeah.
mind supporting him.
Yeah, most of those giveaways, stuff like that, everybody uses Instagram to do it, and I don't use Instagram, so I never pay attention to them.
Nope, he doesn't use Instagram. He's actually going to be starting his own separate YouTube soon, where he'll show some of his grows. It'll be pretty dope. But yeah, I definitely support Coco for Cannabis. I support Dr. MJ Coco all the way. I'm actually one of the board members on Coco for Cannabis. Like that place. $6.29 for the Easy 8 with discount. Yep. With Doc's discount or my discount, they both work. Like I said, I support both sides. Because I would not be where I am without Doc's help and his community, for sure. I only been growing like a year. Like, barely a year.
Damn, you do some pretty good work for only been growing a year.
Yeah, I actually posted it on Instagram. I'll have to put it in one of my videos, but I have a progression photo that shows from first grow, second grow, third grow, fourth grow. And my first grow was like 4 ounces, and then I found Doc and everybody, and they helped me. And that 4 ounces went to, I think my first one was 24, and then 30, and then 34. But yeah, you'll see in my first picture there. I'll make sure I include it in a video that I do. You'll see that I'm under blurples.
Yeah, I plan on changing this kind out as soon as I get the money to get another one to put in here. But yeah, I really love the Fold 8, and I'll probably get another one of the Medics.
Yeah, it's crazy how cheap those Medic grow lights are, especially with my code or Doc's code. It's just so cheap. Like when we first started looking at this Fold 8 together, he was like, I don't understand why it's so cheap, and neither did I. And he took a magnifying glass to all the LEDs to make sure they were really Osram and Samsung diodes. Right. We took the damn drivers apart, and we just couldn't figure out why they were so cheap. So we eventually just asked her, why is it so cheap? Where's the cutting of the corners? And she said they're just trying to grab market share. And I could see that with how many new lighting companies come out every month.
Yeah.
But they put their money where their mouth is, man. I ain't ever seen a power map as good as a Fold 8 and a 4x4.
Well, a buddy of mine, he has a commercial grow, and he was looking into new lights and what was out there, and he actually came across Doc's video of the Fold 8 and showed me the par map on it. I was like, there ain't no way, not for that price.
Right. It's at the same shit.
But after watching the video, I was like, come on. I was like, what about the drivers? I got some cheap drivers in there or something.
No.
But I went to their site. I went to their site and did the research and called them and found out the chips they were using and the drivers they were using and did some research on those. I was like, well, I think it'd be worth giving it a shot.
You ain't lying.
And I've been really impressed with it.
Yeah, I did some temperature tests on that Fold 8 in my first series. I did temperature tests on the diodes and the drivers. That driver never went above the probably 92, and it's meant to be running around 96, so it was actually running cooler than its max temperature. And to answer T Money G's question, how to show pictures, I think you would have to join the StreamYard and then somehow figure out how to upload a picture. I'm sorry, I'm new to StreamYard. But yeah, that Fold 8's crazy.
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably get another one, or maybe even the one that you're flowering with, and just use the Fold 8 for my veg.
Yeah, I just find it crazy the amount of control they have over this.
Did those bars come with it?
Yeah, the plug-in bars. They actually. Let me see if I can get my long arm back here. I think you can see that. It plugs right in. It plugs in and then snaps on. Yeah, it comes with it. But I know the Easy 8, they were showing at 2100 PPS at 80% in the video today. This one's at 2464, but that's also breaking the rule of running IR 12 hours of flower. I ain't found any other growers that agree with that decision, but we'll see. Proof is in the pudding, right?
Well, I used to flower under this kind before I got the Fold 8, and it has IRs on it, and it never seemed to hurt any of my yield or the buds themselves.
Yeah, thanks, Viking. Yeah, I find it's just more about having that balance of spectrum because there is some that are known to decrease that internodal spacing. Just like the outdoors sunlight has 20% fucking far red, but it also has, 20 to 22% blue. So it kind of balances itself out.
Yeah, this one will actually let you dial in each spectrum.
Oh, that's cool.
Like the A is your reds, and I can just dial it down to whatever I want.
Oh, shut up. That would be a great supplemental light if you could get the spectrum to be balanced with the current lights.
Yeah, and then the blue, I can drop them down. And the IRs and the
That's
whites,
actually pretty dope. What kind of wattage is that?
it's 1,000.
Wow, shit, did they squeeze a lot in there. Yeah, if I had to say anything negative about the Fold 8 in a 4x4, I'm finding it's a bit too much power, even way dimmed, that I'm really not lifting off the pot a lot, which is where maybe putting far red could help you. It could kind of help you stretch off that pot.
Have you noticed any increased uptake in the CalMag since switching over to the optic?
Nah, I don't usually have too many CalMag issues. I used to, and then I just started shooting it with Fox Farm Motion Forest. If anything, I have with Fox Farm Motion Forest, I more have nitrogen toxicity. That seems to be a common thing.
It's hot.
Just too much damn nitrogen in there.
Yeah, that's why I go straight cocoa with no amendments or anything in it. I just add my own along the way.
But I've also discovered and done a little research. It seems like the more node sites you keep exposing by, bringing out your plant, the more photosensitive that can happen, meaning the intake of nutrients is going to go up. But also, I found if you really open it up, like I don't know if you watched my 2x2, but I think I opened it up so much and had my light so fucking low that it never went off. It never stretched. It never did anything. It stayed pretty miniaturized. Like I didn't even have big fan leaves. Seems to be some weird balance between that. But yeah, these bitches are big, but she's hungry. Hungry hippo.
Oh, I was going to ask you ever tried these things on your pots?
Yeah. What do they call them? The name for them. Yeah, no, I haven't tried them, but I've seen them.
They work pretty good.
I have a tendency of letting my 5% runoff just go right back up the pot, so that kind of stopped me from being lazy. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't really take out runoff unless I'm trying to do some weird flush or they're toxic or something.
Well, I'm using Fox Farm, so I make sure that I've got runoff.
Oh, Fox Farm. Yep, I've been there, man. They have the right NER, but their freaking EC is just way off for marijuana. That's why the best thing you can do with that is just cut their nutrient chart in half, and that's about as far as I've found to be a balanced nutrients plus NER for them. Like they give you, everybody says they're trying to like kill your plant, but really they're giving you the NER, which is the right percentage of nitrogen to potassium to zinc and everything, But they're expecting you to take that and dilute it down to the EC that you want. So then you have the correct NER, but then you dilute down to the EC that you want.
Right.
But damn, to dilute some of their numbers, I think some of their numbers are what, 2,000 ppm, 2,400 ppm. You'd have to dilute that like 1 gallon to fucking 10. But yeah, a lot of people.
I use their hydro schedule. I don't use their soil.
I haven't looked at that one. What kind of ppm or EC they working with? But you're not feeding them veg anyways, right?
These, yeah. In this tent, it's all veg.
Yeah, you're not feeding in veg, right? Or you do feed in veg? I don't know what
Yeah,
kind of
I'm not running an Ocean Force or anything like that. It's straight cocoa with no amendments or anything.
You're Coco. Hats off to you, man. That's too much watering for me.
Well, I work from home, so I'm here all the time, and I can water as much as I need to.
Brave guy.
This is the way I've always done it.
Yeah, cocoa is just too much for me with that high frequent fertilization, man. I buy bottled water. I can't be doing that.
Oh, you buy your water?
Mm-hmm. An RO system would not help my water. My well's like from the freaking 70s. I live out in the boonies.
Oh, okay. You got well water.
Yeah, that shit comes out at like 650 ppm out the fucking tap. You can't cook with it. Can't do anything. It just smells like straight chlorine because you got to treat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
It's a sulfur water. Yeah, that's what you get for living out in the middle of nowhere. Can't fucking hook to city water.
Yeah, normally your well water is pretty good.
Yeah, but it's just fucking old. I think there's a break somewhere under the driveway. Pump house, I've had people look at it hundreds of times. They come and treat it and everything, and just seems to be somewhere in the line there's a break or a contamination.
Well, I've got this little portable RO
RO
system that I've got hooked up.
Yeah,
I think it
thought
was
about
like 80, 90 bucks, and it works pretty good.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it usually brings it down to what, like
Gallons.
3 ppm with like a, what is it, 6.2 is the pH it comes out at?
Mine comes out at 0 ppm.
Really? You can get down to 0. Wow, usually you only
down
see
to
like
0.
3 or 4.
pH is about 6.8, 6.9.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to drop it a whole lot. I run at 6.0 to 6.1 on my plants.
Isn't cocoa, what's cocoa? I thought they stopped at like 5.8 or something. I haven't looked at their charts in a long time.
Yeah, they go from like 5.5 to 6.3.
Maybe that's it. That sounds about right.
But if I run at anything under 6.0, then I start getting lockout.
Oh boy, don't want any of that shit.
Yeah.
I'm afraid these are gonna start locking out. I know they're in fucking cloth pots and they're air pruning the roots, but they've been in these 5 gallons too long. They're hard packed, and I ain't got no room to freaking put more. They wasn't supposed to veg this long, but it took a while to get this light.
Oh, okay. How long did they veg for?
Oh god, a little over freaking 11 weeks. When I first found out the light was delayed, I held them back in their 1 gallon pots. And then, it was supposed to be on schedule. So then I transplanted them to the 3 gallon pots. And then again, it got delayed. So I kept trying to hold them back. I've never purposely tried to keep a plant from growing before. So it was a fun experience. I mean, I was deep topping just to take off fucking mass. It was just crazy.
Yeah. I've screwed up my perpetual grow before and had to hold plants back because my flowering plants weren't ready yet. So I understand.
I'm trying a perpetual. We'll see what happens in about a week with these things.
I love perpetual growing. You get a harvest every 2 months.
Yeah, I just got the trim bag. I'll be doing a review on that shit. So that'll help me so I'm not trimming for 9 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was about a little over 2 pounds. It took me and my buddy, 2 people. We did break for pizza and a lot of joints, but still 9 hours. But I don't know about this trim bag, man. I'm going to do some tests on it. I'm probably going to trim a few ounces by hand and then take a scope and kind of compare the trichome damages or trichome clusters and see how much damage those trim bags do.
Look up a trimmer called the Reefer Ranger. It doesn't use blades. It uses a medium that mixes or that basically tumbles with your bud, and it takes all your sugar leaves and everything off right down to the bud, but doesn't actually harm the bud.
Well,
I have looked at the trichomes underneath the magnifying glass, and they're barely damaged at all.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. Nope, I ended up pairing up with a trim bag, so I'm gonna be testing that out. They sent me some items to give away to you guys too, which was pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see. I tell everybody that wants me to test something, I'm gonna be honest, regardless. Like I can back that Fold 8 up real hard because I've seen the results of it. But this, we're kind of experimenting together, and one of the issues I find so far is that fucking timer.
Yeah. Well, I can definitely second the recommendation on the Fold 8.
Oh yeah. No, I had
I mean,
options. Doc's like, who do you want to work with? And I was like, Medigro. They got the best fucking 4x4 light out there.
yeah.
But then Medigro wanted me to, in contract, test it in a 5x5. So that's why I ended up in a 5x5 for so long. But I ended up getting, I think, 35 ounces on that first grow with that Fold 8 and a 5x5. It's either 35 or 36. The one you watched.
Yeah. Yeah, my eyes were pretty wide whenever I watched that video. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I think I'll go ahead and get this light and try it out. I mean, like I said, for the price,
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm willing to drop $600 to try a light out that put out that much.
Oh my god. I was just like you. When I seen that par map, I was like, yeah, fucking prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that par map was crazy with a Fold 8. And the price is just, it's 32 cents per fucking micro move. And it's the same thing with the Easy 8. It's around 32 cents as well. So they're just hitting it out of the fucking park. That Easy 8 is like $6.25 with code. It's ridiculous. But I don't know who I'm going to work with after this light. Because, like I said, I can't find any par maps better than Medigro. And if I can't find them, why would I downgrade my light?
Right.
So I'm going to start trying to work with smaller companies and test stupid stuff. Save people money from having to buy it themselves.
Well, not only that, those smaller companies will have better customer service than those ones that have been around for 20 years.
Yeah, well, Medigro is pretty new, man. I mean, people have messaged me with shipping issues or any kind of issues, and I'll send them right over to the Instagram, and Sharon over there will fucking take care of them.
I think me and my buddy went in, we ordered together. We ordered two of them, and I think we got them in about, I think it was like 10 days.
That's pretty nice, man. Yeah, I haven't technically purchased the light from them, so I don't know how they treat customer shipping versus influencer shipping.
Right. It was actually a lot quicker than what I expected. I figured they would have had to build the light. I mean, that's how they were keeping them cheap, is building them as they go. But for as quickly as we got them, they must have already had them built.
Oh yeah, I think they posted it on either Facebook or their Instagram, the warehouse. They have freaking stacks of them. But they did, when I first got the Fold 8, they actually sold out. They asked me to hold back my video just because they didn't have them in stock. Yeah, that Fold 8 got popular quick.
Yeah. Well, if they keep putting out lights like that have a good par map like that, then they're going to blow up.
Yeah, hopefully they'll force other companies to take care of it. Because there is some people that do not like bar lights. There's the wise tale that bar lights support a foot of canopy and that board lights support 2 foot. At the end of the day, I think, like you said, it just matters on that par map. Well, I can keep this.
I trusted Doc's par map over any of the manufacturer's par map, what they show, if they do actually post one.
Yep. Well, some of them are posting it proudly, man. They're actually being honest about some of their numbers, and it's sad how proud they are. Like, I was really excited to see AC Infinity lights because, they really blew up on the HVAC system, but they proudly show their freaking par maps, and they're disgusting. They're gross, man. I mean, you got 100 in the corners. Like, what the hell am I growing, a clone? Like, it's crazy. I'm trying to get a hold of some of these plant trainers my buddy's been 3D printing. They're freaking adjustable. So it's one clamp, and it just has a bunch of little teeth, and you can open and adjust and tighten and everything. Some of them bullshit plant trainers you buy on Etsy are fucking so smooth. I don't know what they're expecting you to train with that. The dead plant.
What are you using to tie down your plants now?
The last 3 grows, I've done all hand training. But in this Fold 8, it's going to be plant trainer wires again, just because I'm trying to show people the safer way to do some LST and stuff. I'm more of a snapper, bender, breaker kind of person.
Yeah, that's why I am too.
But to
I
try
just
to teach people,
work it over until it snaps, and then let it go, and it'll be fine.
Yep, as long as you're breaking just that inner fiber. Like I said, I've done super cropping videos, but in this 4x4 series, I've been trying to keep it very straightforward.
Let's see if I've done any on any of these. I don't think I've touched any of these. Just some LST, but I don't think I've done any hard breaks on them yet.
Mm-hmm. I've done super cropping 3 weeks into flower before.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's actually, I think my super cropping video is 3 weeks into flower super cropping.
What was it? An accidental super cropping?
No, it was all purpose.
Oh, okay. So I've done
Yeah,
those
I needed,
accidentals before.
I needed to snap a few tall ones that got out of control just because it was a different strain. It was acting real funky. So, like I said, I'm a bit OCD about training. So I snapped all the tall ones and then lowered my light to the right position. And now everything that is exposed on that top canopy is still getting your correct micro move. As long as you're not doing a bad super crop, most of the time they recover overnight. You know, they try to start coming right back up and praying, unless you do a bad super crop and then there's issues.
Well, even a bad super crop, you can tape it up, and usually it's fine.
But the big issue about not doing things in flower is because you have a fine amount of time in flower. You have 8 weeks. So if you spend 4 of those days recovering, there's an issue because now you're losing productivity of producing flower.
Well, that's why I like to use the net to keep everything all at the same level.
Yeah, I hate nets, man. I will
Too much stress on it.
Full cost. You will not see me grabbing a net unless I absolutely have to. I fucking hate them. I hate how they bow out on the sides. I hate how you can't fucking pull out a plant. I need to just make my own netting. They have the ones where you can just PVC it, put it together, and fucking make your own net whole size. Or you can make them individually for each pot.
Yeah, I've done the homemade one, just using twine and, keeping everything tight so everything stays right where I put it. The only problem I had with it was if I needed to do any flushing, trying to get to the back pots, it was a pain in the ass with that net in the way.
Oh, yeah. Have you looked at the AC Infinity tents?
The tents?
Yeah, those are badass, man. I had my phone plugged in, which is why my camera was off. I had to go in the living room, but I can show you what this 5x5 does, and their 4x4 does it as well. Just let me unzip it real quick. But it allows you to basically unzip 50% of the tent, not more. Here we go. It's open enough. Camera. So you can undo this whole upside down. The only plant would be hard to get to is that back right one. But yeah, you can go all the way around the tent. So you have your wall open.
Well, the only problem is I got my tents side by side.
Likewise. Here's mine. I have a piece of drywall in between mine. Cut a piece of drywall just to keep the light leaks out.
Yeah, I just closed off my vents to keep them from light leaking on that side anyway.
Yeah, I'm paranoid. I can't figure it out. Okay, I wouldn't know light. Oh, my filter's getting dirty. Might have to change that thing out. Yeah, now I can show you where they plug in at right there.
Okay.
And the thing is, IR usually has about a half life as regular LEDs. So when you buy those lights that have IR built in, once the IR goes, you're kind of fucked. Here, you can at least pull these out and put some new ones in.
Yeah, with this kind, I've had them go out before, and I've had to send the whole damn light off to California, pay for shipping there and back,
Yeah,
and it cost me more in shipping than it did actually replace the diodes in them.
I bet.
So I think there was like 22 that had all gone out at the same time. It was weird. I think there's 300 or something on it.
Yeah, I've only had one light go bad on me, and that was a Bipar Spectra. And I could see why it went bad, because when they when they put their waterproof or whatever coat they put on the board, they didn't spread it properly. So you see gaps in it. And right where those gaps are, all the LEDs are out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't care though. I won the light for winning a plant training competition. So at least I didn't pay for it. Yeah, I don't know what that is, man.
I think I'm going to get into that the next contest.
Yeah, no, they're definitely fun. And it's not based on skill either, you know. There's different prizes: best grow me, best journal, best recovery. We had one dude, he had freaking COVID twice, ended up in the hospital, lost his plants twice, and he didn't give up. That dude came back and got a yield out of it.
Nice.
He ended up getting the AC Infinity exhaust and intake system he needed to fix a lot of his heating issues. So it was really just a win-win all around.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got one of those Infinities exhaust system with the controller and everything. It's pretty nice. I like it. Yeah, it's probably the same thing. You have one.
Yep, I got two of them. The cool thing is these AC Infinity tents, they actually have a flap that allows you to run the things up, and then it has a mounting strap for their bracket, so you can attach these.
Yeah, I just zip tied mine to the top bar of my tent.
That works too. Yeah, that
But it's on the inside. I have to open it up to actually see it.
Gotta zip this thing up. It's getting hot in there. I did that to my window. That's an old bottom to an old 4x4 I used to own. No light leak getting in that window. Oh shit. I'm gonna have to go plug in my phone, which is in the living room.
I just put a heavy curtain up, and there's my exhaust.
Oh god, yeah, my house looks the same way, exhaust everywhere. I hate those freaking silver ones though.
Yeah. I thought about getting some of the black ones, but
They're the
I don't
best.
know. It's not worth the money.
Those black ones are amazing. They're amazing until you need to cut them. They do not cut very easily.
Even with 10 snips?
Yeah, I gotta go in the living room. I have no plugs in here to plug my phone in. Yeah, Medic Grow's tearing it up, man. I think they might make some other light companies straighten their shit up. Do you have an account over on Coco for cannabis?
Yeah, I was actually just getting ready to say that I'm going to jump out of here. It's about time for dinner, but once my flowering tent comes on tonight, I'll jump in there and I'll take a picture or something of the slurricane. Let you take a look at it and how wide it is in there. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll have to see that shit. Yeah, I was only planning to do an hour live, but it went on a little longer, which is great. But yeah, I'll definitely see you over in the chat room.
Okay. All right. We'll catch you later, Gigi.
All right. Peace, brother.
Have a good one, man.
You too. Hey, Mike and Crazy Bud and Viking and everything. I'm probably going to go ahead and end this, charge my phone, and I might do a live later once this phone charges. But I appreciate all of you. And as always, keep growing happy, healthy plants. Cheers.